Hi, I'm James Mathers. I'm a cinematographer and founder of the Digital Cinema Society, a nonprofit educational group. We also have a new effort called the Digital Cinema Show, and I'm host of that. So come with me today. This is my home in Studio City, California, and we're going to turn my living room into a green screen stage. We're going to use some of the techniques that I developed while shooting a documentary called The U.S. versus John Lennon. Come on. The first thing with green screen is you want to make sure that that you isolate the light. All the light on the green screen has to be the same. So I'm going to close these windows now. And now I'm going to set up a green screen. We have here a Lastolite. It's 5 foot by 7 foot. And it's blue on one side, but that wouldn't work very well with my shirt today. So we're going to go spin it around and go with green. I'm simply going to T-bone this C-stand arm. Let that go ahead, hold that side, and then let me raise it a little bit. I like to use Kino flows to light green screen. Today we're going to use a 2-bank 4-foot Kino, although we're probably only going to use one of these tubes. I'm using daylight tubes. You could use daylight or tungsten. The only important thing is that it be the same. You always want to have your color and your light intensity the same across the green screen. So I'm going to put this one up to cover half of the green screen. And on the other side, I'm going to use another identical 4-foot 2-bank. And I'll put on one tube there. If I was to go much bigger, you know, light a whole green screen stage, or let's say 12 by 12, I just use 2 of these. I'd put one on top of each other, move them back, do the same on both sides. If I get much, much bigger, I'd start putting them on the ceiling, but I've just had really good luck doing blue and green screen using Kino flow, so I think it's a great technique. I like to see if I'm even just a quick way as I hold my thumb up and compare the brightness of the shadows. A more scientific way to check the brightness and evenness of the green screen is to use a meter. Here I've got a Sekonic. It's an incident meter, but it's also switchable to a spot meter. So I'll just take a couple readings around the green screen, and I see that I'm about a 4.5 all around within a 1/10 of a stop, which is fine at 800 ASA. Another way, if you're shooting with an electronic camera, like we are with this Panasonic DVX-200, is to simply turn on the waveform monitor. The waveform monitor, you'll see, is very flat as a board. That tells us it's nice and even all the way across the green screen. This is the first time we've been shooting with 4K. This is a Panasonic camera, and this is the one that we're going to use for our upcoming NAB interviews. So we're doing a little bit of testing, a little bit of proof of concept. We don't intend to stream in 4K, but having the material available at a higher quality off into the future will make our archive more valuable. For a tripod, we're using a FSB6 head. That's a Sachtler. It's a 75mm ball head, and so you can level it here. And it's Sachtler speed lock sticks. They're lightweight, but it's plenty for this camera. For my key light, I'm going to use an Area 48 LED by BBS Lighting. I really like this light. It's a remote phosphor light, so it has better color rendition than some of the other LEDs. And I'm using a DP Choice snap grid on the front of it, and that's going to help me keep stray light off of the green screen. So let's just dim it up. It's fully dimmable. And I'm going to now get it into a little bit better angle. And then we're going to set a bounce return for the fill side. Just going to use a little bit of foam core. Get it down around eye level. It's always good to add a little backlight when you're doing green screen so you have some separation. I'm going to be using a Visual Buddha 1x1 bicolor, so it's capable of anything between 32 and 56, so we want to make sure we have the proper color. We want to always make sure that we match the color, so that's daylight. And let's set it. It's also fully dimmable, so let's see, that looks about right. And we're ready to go. Welcome to another edition of the Digital Cinema Show. And cut. Just turn off the camera. We'll pull the card. And we're off to post. Chris, can you download this for me?
Absolutely.
In order to get ready to operate in 4K, we got a Apple iMac 5K. For storage, we chose an OWC Thunder Bay 4 that's set up in RAID 5, and we have 24 terabytes of storage on there. We're using Premiere Pro to do our editing, and Creative Cloud. Christopher here does most of our editing. I do a little bit of it, and we're able to work collaboratively this way. He's not always set up in my living room. It edits the files natively, no need to transcode. So can we pull up a quick key from that?
Sure.
Make sure we're good. Welcome to another installment of the Digital Cinema Show, a series covering the art, science, and business of motion pictures. Thank you, Chris. And thank you all for joining us at the Mathers Digital Cinema Society Green Screen Studio, Studio City, California.